coordinator currently. So welcome. It's January. This is exciting. There's lots of you guys here. So speaking of support group, we do have the new support group schedule, and it's over here on the table, so make sure you grab one of those on your way out. It's got another sheet on top of it. It talks about if you want to leave a review. We'd love for you to do that. But then it's got the bariatric support group schedule on the second page. So we'd love for you to join us quite a bit this year. You all should have a little blue piece of paper, maybe one on your chair, maybe you grabbed one when you came in, and it is making resolutions. So I would like everybody to take a minute, if you haven't already done so, jot something down. Whatever it is, what you want your goal to be this year, think of something. It can be something real big, it can be something real small. Just think of something. As we go through this PowerPoint, we're going to kind of go through what your goal is to you and how we're going to work towards that goal. All right, so I'll give you a minute. Think about it. Anybody already made some resolutions for the year?
I was here early.
You did? Yay! Anybody ever kept any resolutions from years past? Never.
No.
Right. Watch your step. Thank you.
This is the year.
This is the year. Right. Watch your step. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. What is a resolution? It's a firm decision to do or to not do something. Right? I'm going to do something or I'm going to quit doing something. Whether that's quitting smoking, quitting eating sugar, I'm going to do something. I'm going to become more active. I'm going to run a 5K. I'm going to join a group. I'm going to do something. So at its core, though, a New Year's resolution is simply a goal to act differently. I like to talk more about goals than resolutions because resolutions don't work, right? We've all talked about New Year's resolutions, and like we've all said, we don't keep them. But if we make goals, we might keep those goals. So that's really what we're going to focus on. It's what my list looks like. Is that what your list looks like? Right? Achievable goals. We want to make sure that we're making achievable goals. These are not good ones, but these are probably ones that I will keep, right? What ones really do we look at? People usually say, I want to lose weight. I want to spend less money. Maybe I want to learn something new. Maybe, whether that's a hobby, whether that's learn a new language, maybe learn a new skill, exercise more, sounds familiar, read more, spend more time with friends and family, and getting healthier. Those are all probably the most common resolutions or goals that we all try to make. But research does show that 80% of all resolutions fail. We don't keep them. We know that. We've lived that. Why do we fail? We go at it alone. We set lofty or unrealistic resolutions or goals. We give up too easily. We don't manage our time well. But the biggest one is we don't have a plan. And that's really what we're going to talk about today. Because failing to plan is planning to fail, right? Come up with a plan. We can't just say we want to do something without having all the steps to get there. But we failed before. We failed at making those resolutions, those goals. We're going to learn from that so that we can be successful. We don't need to ditch the idea of setting goals. We just need to learn from it and find a new approach. So why would we even want to set a resolution or a goal? Really, because we want to be a better me, right? We want to make the most of this life that we were given. So setting resolutions gives you long-term vision and short-term motivation. Little goals, long-term goal, right? This all kind of sounds like why we originally signed up for bariatric surgery, right? Long-term goal, lose weight, get healthier. We've got baby goals along the way to get there, okay? So it can help you focus and organize your time and resources so that you can make you your better you. So what do you want to do or achieve? Anybody want to share what they're looking at for 2020? Come on, somebody tell me what they wrote down. Yes, sir.
I haven't written anything down, but I want to get down to 2 feet.
Get down to 250. I like that. Anybody else want to share? Yes, ma'am.
That I want to do me.
You want to do you. It's the year of you. I like that. How about where was I last year and where do I want to be this year? Right? What's going to be different this year? What do I want to do differently? How can I be the best me I can be? So most resolutions aren't really actionable. They're merely inspirational, right? I want to get healthier. I want to lose weight. I want to get to 250. Well, how are we going to do it, right? If I make that resolution or that goal, I got to have a plan to get there. Because it comes December 31st, 2020, if I've said I wanted to get healthier, I wanted to lose weight, I wanted to exercise more, but I didn't really know how I was going to get there, probably not going to get there, right? This year I'm going to exercise more. Sounds great, but how am I going to do it? So it's not really an action, even though that sounds like an action word. It's really just the result. So we need to set goals. Making goals. Yes, ma'am?
Well, I was going to say my three together kind of, well, I had that I want to lose at least 50 pounds.
Okay.
And I really would like to lose more than that. But anyway, but I put on there I want to ride my exercise bike every day. So I,
Yeah, that's your plan.
and also to eat more generally.
Perfect. Doing 2 and 3 is going to help you get to 1, right? I like that. I love it. So making goals allows us to not become stagnant or bored. You know, a lot of us are further along in the journey, and you might be a little stagnant, a little bored in what your routines are. You got to jazz it up and change things and push yourself. Making goals helps us stay motivated, right? How many people join a gym in January and never go again after February 1st? You have to stay motivated. So find ways to keep yourself motivated, maybe setting a goal each month of the year, right? Something different. Making goals helps keep us focused and on task. That kind of goes with the second one on there. So bariatric surgery patients, we've already really made all these goals when we first sat in this room at the seminar, listened to the surgeons. We were committed to a lifestyle of getting healthier, losing weight, and exercising more. You've got your tool, or some of you are getting your tool. I think we've got some people in here that haven't had surgery yet. And you've got your plan, right? We know what we're supposed to do. So we already kind of have that built in. Depends on where you are in your journey, right? What these goals might look like. So same tool, same plan, similar goals, whether you're before surgery or early in your surgery journey, or you're a year, 2, 3 years out, okay? What do those goals look like? They're the same. They're just going to sound a little bit differently, right? If you're early in your journey, maybe my goal is I'm going to log all my food and I'm going to get my 60 grams of protein in every day. If you're further along in your journey, should you still be getting your 60 grams of protein? And maybe Christmas was a little tough for me. Maybe the holidays I slacked a little bit. Maybe I'm going to get back on track and I'm going to log my food, right? I'm going to say I'm going to log my food for 30 days. That's an excellent goal. Early in the surgery, I'm going to exercise more because now I'm going to work on this body of mine, right? I've got this energy. I'm going to work on it. Well, a year or 2 from surgery, you're going to exercise more, right? We don't want to become stagnant and bored in what we're doing. So, has anybody ever run a 5K? Yeah. Run a 5K before surgery? Run a 5K after surgery? No? So maybe that's what we want to do, right? A lot of our patients have run 5Ks after surgery. Well, that's great. Now they got to push themselves a little bit more, right? This year, maybe they'd want to run a 10K or say, I'm going to sign up for 3 5Ks. Things like that. Walk a 5K if you've never even crossed that finish line. It's a wonderful feeling. And we are actually having a 5K here. We did one last year. We're going to do it again this year. Super fun, super exciting. That could be your goal. Everybody write that on your blue piece of paper, right? BCKC 5K on April 26th. So, how about come to support groups? Before surgery, early in the journey, you're going to make that commitment, right? I want to be the best me I can be. I'm going to come to support group, learn as much as I can. After surgery, I'm maybe slacking a little bit. I need to make sure that I'm back on track. This year, I'm going to come to support groups. They look the same. Meal prep or plan. We all need to be doing that. You can make goals of, I'm going to meal prep on Sundays, and 5 days a week, I'm going to eat those meals, right? We can't be perfect. We don't need to plan everything out, but maybe let's be better. Let's come up with a plan. Try new recipes. Early on, later on, it gets boring eating the same stuff over and over again. I hear that over and over. There's lots and lots of resources out there. Online resources. Support group people share recipes all the time. The dietitian has great ideas. So learn those things. And then join groups. You guys are here, so you're already doing that. But maybe branch out, join new groups, get online, find different people, talk to people. So now we're going to talk about how to set ourselves up for success, because all those resolutions in the past didn't work. So we're setting goals now, and we're going to learn how to be successful in attaining those goals. So first of all, let's set goals that motivate us. We want to do things that we want to do. Make sure it's important to you and you see the value in achieving it, right? Don't make a goal that's important to somebody else. Make a goal that's important to you, because you're the only one that can make this goal. And you got to stay motivated. Then making SMART goals. SMART's an acronym for, has to be specific, right? So you really know what that goal looks like. For instance, if somebody wants to walk or run a 5K, that's pretty specific, right? You know exactly what that means. That means you're going to travel 3.1 miles, right? That's very specific. It's measurable. I just said what it was, right? Achievable. Is that achievable to me? Do I really think I can do that? I'm not signing up for a marathon in April, right? 26.2 miles, because I don't think I can do that right now. But can I do that 3.1 mile? Absolutely I can. Make sure it's relevant. Make sure it's something that's important to you, and then it's going to make a difference in your life. Also, make sure there's a time on it. You've got a deadline. You know, just saying things that are, oh, I want to run a 5K. Well, by when, right? I want to run a 5K this year. That's fine. That's a deadline. That's December 31st, 2020. Put a deadline on it so that you know what you're working towards. Hey, if you meet that deadline early, you've got time to set a new goal, right? Put your goals in writing. The physical act of writing it down makes it real. You know, I know a lot of people have boards at home. They write things down, they put it up or put it on your refrigerator. It's a great reminder that you're constantly looking at it. It's constantly kind of slapping you in the face, reminding you that you set this goal. Make an action plan and get support. Obviously, you got to have a plan to get to that outcome. Don't just focus on that deadline or that finish line. You got to figure out, how are you going to get there? Do your research. Write it down. Write those baby steps down so that you know exactly what you're going to do. Make sure you arrange your environment for success. So, I want to run or walk a 5K. I don't have a gym I go to, and I don't have a treadmill, and I don't like to go outside. Well, that's not going to work for me, right? I got to arrange my environment. Either buy warmer clothes so I can go outside and get my miles in, or join a gym, or buy myself a treadmill, right? Arrange that environment so that you can be successful. Eliminate all the barriers. Chart your progress. Cross things off on a calendar when you do things. Make your list, cross that out. Anybody else love to make lists? Anybody really love crossing things off a list? Oh, throwing it away when it's all filled in? That's great. So research your plan, get support, make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people that are going to ask you about it and obviously support you, and maybe do a goal with you. It's a lot more fun to do things with other people. What'd you say?
I said get the C2 5K app.
C2 5K app.
It's the Couch to 5K
Oh, yeah.
app. It's the best. You will run a...
It's easy,
Easy.
right?
Yeah.
I've got a little slide of the Couch to 5K too. I like that.
Yeah. And it will track everything for you. And
Oh, I love it. Couch to 5K. Everybody heard of that?
you can download your playlist in it.
Oh, that's cool. Couch to 5K.
5K in your app store, but it'll be the best thing to get you to be able to do a 5K.
I love it. So obviously, very important, you guys stick with it, right? Setting a goal is an ongoing activity. You can't just set your goal and say, show up a month later, 2 months later, and see if it ever happened. You got to stick with it. You got to build in reminders. Like I said, telling other people, putting it on your refrigerator, putting it on your wall, that's a built-in reminder, right? You walk by it, you can't ignore it. I mean, you can try to, but you really can't. Celebrate your successes, how little they are, how big they are. You got to celebrate it. Because you set a goal, you attain it, hallelujah, praise Jesus, right? That's great. Then you set a new one, and you can attain that one and achieve that one. If you have a bad day, or you maybe slip and you don't quite get to that goal, that's okay too. Just learn from that. There's always tomorrow. You start again. You don't just give up, right? You stick with it. Put yourself in charge. Nobody's going to set your goal for you. Nobody's going to do your goal for you but you, right? So it's got to be your goal. You got to be accountable to yourself. Share your goals with other people, but they can help you. They can't do it for you. Take responsibility for your future. This is your life. This is your body. This is your year. You want to make the best of it for you. So, our little goal, we're going to walk or run the BC Casey 5K. So, what does that look like? We're going to download Couch to 5K program, any program out there. So we've got a plan, right? We know what we have to do. We're going to get a calendar, write out our plan, make our list, figure out what we have to do every day or every week. Maybe join a group, tell other people, go online, find a group. But then we're going to remember to celebrate when we cross that finish line. And it's a great, great feeling when you attain or achieve a goal that you have set for yourself. But you got to remember to always celebrate yourself. Be good to yourself. So that first slide, or one of those first slides, why we fail. Well, now, how are we going to succeed? Instead of going at it alone, we are going to tell others. We're going to get support. We're going to join groups, right? We're going to put ourselves out there. We're not keeping it to ourselves. Instead of setting lofty or unrealistic resolutions, we're going to set realistic goals, right? You set realistic goals, you attain them. You set unrealistic goals, pretty easy to give up. So we're going to set realistic goals. Instead of giving up easily, we're going to stay motivated, okay? Instead of time management being a problem, we're going to make a schedule. We're going to make those to-do lists that we all love to do. We're going to maybe get a calendar out, have it there for us to see every day, and we're going to make a plan, okay? We got to make a plan to get from point A to point B. Can't get there without a plan. So, looking at your goals that you wrote down, what do they look like? Are they things that you can achieve, attain? Are there things that you can make a plan to get to? Do they look like some of these things? I'm going to start logging or journaling my food. I'm going to meal prep. I'm going to meal plan. I want to try new recipes. I want to exercise more, some exercise goals. I'm going to start a new activity. Hey, I've been walking every day. I want to try something different. People say kickboxing is fun. I've never kickboxed before, but it sure sounds like fun punching and kicking something. You know, Orange Theory. People talk about Orange Theory. Try something different, right? Make that one of your goals. Come to support groups. You guys are already doing that one. And join other groups. But whatever your goals are, make sure that they're actionable, not just inspirational. And write them down. Make sure you tell others you're getting your support. Make sure that you come up with a plan. Make sure you stay motivated. Make sure you celebrate yourself. There's lots of ways to celebrate yourself without food, right? I like to get a manicure, pedicure if I do something that I'm pretty proud of. Go out and buy myself a new shirt. Take some time for me. You gotta celebrate yourself. So, but when we do achieve those goals, then what happens, right? Are we done? No, we're far from done. You gotta reward yourself appropriately because this builds self-confidence. And you need to review the rest of your goal plans, right? What's our big picture goal? We're making all these little goals. I want to lose weight. I want to get healthier. I want to exercise more. Well, what's the big picture there, right? I want to be the best me. So what next can I do to be the best me I can be? If you achieve the goal too easily, that's okay. You achieved it. Let's make the next one a little bit more difficult. Push yourselves, challenge yourselves, believe in yourselves. Because you guys are pretty darn special and pretty darn cool. So believe in yourselves and push yourself. If the goal took an extended length of time and you're like, gosh, that was really kind of hard, I did it, but I don't want to do something that's going to take that long again. Next goal, make it a shorter one, okay? Take what you learned in achieving this current goal and apply it to further goals, okay? And then remember that if you fail to meet a certain goal, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't matter that much as long as you learn from it and you don't give up. Always tomorrow, set a new goal and work on that. So some other kind of fun resolution ideas I put out there are, these are some of the most popular ones. Volunteer, read more, spend more time with family or friends, declutter, donate your clothes you don't wear, travel, start a new hobby, decrease screen time, keep a grateful journal, and make all your doctor's appointments. Well, those look great. They're all inspirational. Let's now make these actionable, right? So things like I want to volunteer once a month, every month. I want to read more. How about I want to read one book a month? Get what I'm saying? You got to make sure that it's more specific than just very general speaking. Declutter. Who loves to declutter? Yeah. A room, a closet, a week, a month? Golly, it's freeing. Plus, find other goals aside from your eating better, getting healthier, losing weight, exercising more to fill your time, right? Because when we have time on our hands, that's when problems happen. So we got to fill our time with things that are really good for us. So what do your goals really look like? Now will anybody else share what they've written down? Or, as I was talking, thought of something that they're like, that's what I want to do. Anyone? Anyone?
I just put to work on my fluids because I'm pretty new out of surgery.
Yeah.
Only 3 weeks, so 64 ounces is not happening, but I'll get there.
That's great.
But I just keep track.
Yeah.
To stay on track with my vitamins because I know my track record with medication is just usually I'm like, oh, I just can't take anymore. So just to hold myself, and then my C2 5K app again to re-download it and do it again.
Great. So then you got to sign some things up, write some things down, and obviously sign up for a 5K so you can do the Couch to 5K, right? Yes, sir.
I'm like 10 months out right now.
Excellent.
In the first beginning, I did a lot of exercise. Now, wintertime is like kind of slacking, trying to get back into the gym.
Excellent.
And my wife is just trying to get back into the gym because we found that she's back.
Yep. And it gets easy.
110 pounds.
Wonderful.
I'm stuck at 280, 288.
And you want to get to 250.
So, but that's getting, that's my mindset to get back in the gym.
Great.
I ain't been in like 3 or 4 weeks.
So make some goals, right? I'm going to go twice a week every week, 3 times a week every week. Write down your calendar, make a plan, and you'll do it. Anybody else? Did I hit some of them that maybe you already have? Right? Everybody should have most of them that I talked about on there. Awesome. Anybody have any questions? Okay, so we've got quite a bit of people here, which is fantastic, but we're going to need probably at least 3 groups